my gosh, guys. Okay. I don't know how many takes of this that I have done already because my nephew and my niece, sometimes I look at them and I'm like, if I ever have kids, I don't know what I really don't know. Yeah, I am coming to you live. Okay, not really. From my mother's house, and I'm ready to auction off my family. So if you know one of those cash crusaders type of websites or stores where we can auction off family, drop it in the comment section. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Timna from Vubu. Like I said, I'm filming this from my mom's, and the reason why I'm filming this from my mom's is because of the very topic that I want to discuss today, and that is coping with your anxiety and your depression during this time, and how to navigate and handle your triggers. Oh my gosh, guys, if you hear screaming kids and a mom that is on the phone and a blender going off, my sister's in the kitchen, she's baking a cheesecake. My mom is in the lounge being a black mom and talking ridiculously loud on the phone. Unnecessarily. And then my niece and my nephew are just being 6-year-olds unnecessarily. I got my cup of tea. You know, it's not a conversation without any form of beverage, especially lately. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to talk a little bit about how to cope with our triggers during this time, how to cope with our mental health during this time. And I apologize that my set is not as elaborate and pretty as I try to make my personal sets. I had no control. This was the only room where someone wasn't screaming or chasing a cat or having a very loud phone call. So this will have to do. And yeah, so the reason I'm at my mom's is because I was actually personally triggered. I have been dealing with, or living with rather, depression and anxiety for the past 4 or 5 years. And at first, when this thing became part of my life, I didn't know how to handle my triggers. And yeah, and that's the thing with like not knowing healthy ways to cope with whatever you're dealing with. You tend to try to fill it with stuff that feels like a really good high at the time, but it eventually becomes a low, and you're back where you started and you're feeling like crap again, and all you need is another fix. And that is not a sustainable way of dealing with whatever you are going through. I'm now trying, and I have in recent years tried to develop healthier ways of coping with my triggers and coping with my depression and anxiety. So I'm at my mother's house because I had, a day that felt like it was about to grow into a couple of days. And I don't think we have enough conversations about how crippling mental health can be. I don't know about you, but if I'm really under the cloud, I will find myself not cleaning my house for a few days. I'll find myself struggling to like even take a shower. I'll find myself struggling to do simple things like make myself a sandwich. It'll feel like a task. Leaving my house will feel like a task. Everything will feel like a task. Everything just feels very heavy and unachievable and very difficult. And I don't know if we have enough conversations about that, but if we don't, this is one of them. And mental health is very, very crippling. So I had one of those days and I was like, Yatini, I need to be in spaces where I am loved, in a space where I'm with people who are happy, in a space where I feel like I can be uplifted, which is one of the tips that I want to share with you guys about coping with your triggers. There's a lot that is happening around us. There's Black Lives Matter. We are trying to end gender-based violence. We've got our own personal struggles. People are losing jobs. People are going through salary cuts. People are losing loved ones. There's just a lot that is happening in the world right now, and we're just thrust into it. We didn't have any say whatsoever, and we had no warning. We went to bed one day and we woke up and this was our reality, and we have been trying so hard to cope and adapt ever since. How you cope and adapt is okay. Don't be made to feel guilty that you are not coping in a very healthy way. But if you are struggling, I'm kind of hoping that this video can uplift you and can kind of shine light and be like, there are so many other people who are going through what you are going through as well. You are not alone. Sisonke, and hopefully because sisonke we can help each other. So whenever I feel like my mental health is gogotaring at the door and it's really trying to affect a girl, I make sure that I am in spaces that kind of lift up my spirit, which is my mother's house. I know right now you can't really travel, you can't visit friends, you can't really do things that we could have done in our previous reality. But if you can pick up the phone and call someone, if you can get on a video call and be like, yo, hey, how you doing? If you can go home, if it is possible, please be in a space where you are happy and the environment is very healthy. And yeah, so that is why I'm filming this at my mother's house in her spare room and struggling through her noise, and I really can't complain because it's better than my house where I am alone with my thoughts. So yeah, that is the first way that I am coping, and hopefully that tip can help you too. The second way that I am coping with my triggers is I unplug when necessary. Guys, social media is really like that one thing that either can turn on the switch or switch it all the way down. You log in and you are bound to see something that is going to trigger you, okay? And on some days, the whole timeline is triggered. Ungening at Twitter, the energy, I rights, guys. And you are bound to tap into that frequency as well. So what I do is I try my best not to log on to socials first thing in the day, because I want my morning routine to be full of positivity. And then when I feel like a conversation yanamuhla on the Twitter streets is very triggering, a conversation yanamuhla on the gram or wherever, whichever social it is, but things mostly happen on Twitter because that's like universal land. You're exposed to so many different people from so many different places in the world, from so many different walks of life, with so many different stories and things happening to them. So when you feel like tense, I unplug. And it's okay to unplug. It's okay to go offline. If you need to notify people and be like, guys, unplug and do what you can. Do what you must, but do unplug when necessary. Don't be constantly feeding into social media. And I know we're tricky because we need to stay on social media in order to stay connected and stay informed. But if you feel like it's starting to drain you, 2-3 hours off your socials is gonna do wonders for you. Even a day off your socials is gonna do wonders for you. So I try to log off when I can. I know I logged off on Father's Day because I was like, I am not doing this, and I'm not about to be that bitter girl with daddy issues who's coming onto the TL to like spread some negativity. Log off when you feel like seguneni and ausakoni, and come back when you can breathe and when it's okay. The third thing that I am doing is I'm doing one act of self-care a day. And I read something profound. It was like, you owe yourself 1 hour of self-care a day. Just 1 hour, guys. 1 hour out of 24 that you have been given. And self-care can look like absolutely anything for you. It can look like a walk. It can look like walking your dog. It can look like playing with your dog or your pet or whatever, walking your goldfish. It can look like absolutely anything. It can look like cooking yourself a wholesome meal, a painting, a whole skincare routine, deep conditioning your hair, anything. As long as you dedicate 1 hour to caring for yourself and loving yourself, it's gonna do wonders for your mood. So I am actually adopting that every single day. I may do like more than 1 hour of self-care, but I have scheduled self-care into my day. I find a way to do something for me that liberates me, that makes me happy, and it's really been helping my mental health. Another thing that I am doing is watching what type of music I am listening to. Guys, you cannot listen to a song about blowing up the streets and shooting everybody down the block and robbing banks and that the world sucks and that I hate life right now and expect to come out feeling absolutely positive. Please plug into music that is uplifting, plug into music that makes you feel joyful, plug into music that is inspirational. And I'm forever hyping up lo-fi music because it has worked for me. I use it when I need to be creative, when I need to be productive, when I want to sleep. I recently had a series of really bad, vivid nightmares, and the only thing that could get me to calm down and go back to bed was lo-fi music. So I will be putting a link in this video of the coolest lo-fi music that I've heard on the YouTube streets from one of my favorite YouTube channels as well, and hopefully it can work for you. But try to plug into music that is good. That could be jazz for you. That could be some soft rock. It could be some indie for all my hippie folks. I see you. It could be your nice pianos. It could be it could be anything really, but just try to plug into music that is good, that is uplifting, that is inspirational, that gets your mood really lifted and doesn't drain you. And then the last thing that I'm doing And I am gonna add on to, you know, my coping ways, but so far these are the 5 that I have developed for myself. The last thing that I am doing is journaling, and this has worked amazing for me. It is part of my morning routine. I get up, I do my morning prayers, I say my affirmations, I'll listen to either something motivational, then I will start journaling. I journal how I feel, I journal my plans for the day, my wishes for the day. Then I also journal 3 things that I'm absolutely grateful for, and I absolutely encourage you to try this. Once you start journaling or writing down what you are most grateful for, your outlook on life will change. Even if you woke up feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm alive again, I'm still here, this is my reality. Once you start naming the things you are most grateful for, your mood will absolutely change. So that is what I'm doing to cope with my triggers. I am visiting my mom as often as I can. I'm being in places and spaces that uplift me and being around people who love me and make me happy. I am unplugging from the socials when necessary. I am, doing 1 act of self-care a day, maybe 2, maybe 3. I'm listening to music that is good for my soul, and I'm also writing down how I feel and what I'm grateful for. And I really would encourage all of y'all to try some of these for yourself and let me know if they work for you. And above all, guys, all I can say is sitopuma out of all of this, see right. We have conquered way more before. It is a giant we haven't faced before, I understand. And I know it's crazy. We are losing so much. Loved ones, jobs, opportunities, dreams. It is a very trying time. But our attitude right now is our make or break. We didn't choose what happened to us, but we can choose how we react to it. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Give it 2, that might unlike it, so give it 3. Comment below, let me know which tip you will be implementing. Share this video with as many people as you can. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And wow, guys, have you ever seen such a face? Honestly. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna sign off and go be a member of my family and go do something productive, help my mom locate the remote that is right in front of her, help my sister taste the icing, and yeah, let's do our best to take care of our mental health right now, and let's maintain a positive outlook on life.